Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, you guys. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Jazzy Lou. Welcome in. 662 DJ Too Much. Welcome in. Good to see you guys here today. One second here. So hopefully you guys had a great day today. It's good to see you guys here. Hey, you guys. Hey, KJ, DJ King Jones, welcome in. Thank you for that raid. Fantastic set. Okay, I got you, 662. I am
we can get petty.
a little
Tell me if you're ready. I was playing nice. We can change the settings. We can get petty. We can get petty. Yeah.
Yeah, I might be a little spicy tonight, Jazzy. Welcome in, Rock. Good to see you. Gladys, really? Yeah, that's not the point, Jazzy. Stop coming in here acting up tonight. So tonight is story night. We will be doing chapter 7 tonight and Erotic City Lost to Vegas. And don't worry, Jazzy, it's not that erotic in this chapter. So, it's not bad, Jazzy. Not this chapter. So this will be my last stream until next Tuesday. I will be back Tuesday. Same time, same channel. What are you wetting me, KJ? So, as usual, we will start with our video. Then we would read our story. And then we have Petty for a minute tonight. Just for this week. I'll be back on Tuesday. I'll be back on Tuesday. You already know that, KJ. Don't be acting like you all surprised and stuff. What's wrong with you? Don't be acting surprised. Get y'all boy. Get y'all get your DJ. So this first video, I just think it's really cute. Baby Confessions episode 2. So here we go. Mind your business, KJ. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Welcome back to the Talking Baby podcast. Joining me once again this week is the only person I know whose entire body has a beard. Thanks for being here again.
Well, to be honest, the only other thing I had on the schedule for today was to eat the food out of my bowl, and I've already done that, so my day was pretty wide open.
Ooh, I'm glad you mentioned food, because you were eating recently and I was watching you. I think it was yesterday or an hour ago or tomorrow. I don't really...
All right, let me start it over for y'all.
Welcome back to the Talking Baby podcast. Joining me once again this week is the only person I know whose entire body has a beard. Thanks for being here again.
Well, to be honest, the only other thing I had on the schedule for today was to eat the food out of my bowl, and I've already done that, so my day was pretty wide open.
Ooh, I'm glad you mentioned food, because you were eating recently and I was watching you. I think it was yesterday or an hour ago or tomorrow. I don't really understand how time works yet. I'm a baby. But anyway, I was watching you and I noticed that the food that you eat is very different than the food that I eat.
Yes, it's very different. And for what it's worth, I also struggle with the concept of time. Anything that's not happening right now really confuses me.
Same. I'm really hoping it improves over the past few years. So anyway, here's the thing I noticed. The food that you eat doesn't come out of a person like my food does. Which I just assumed that was standard practice. You know, I figured that when anyone was hungry, you know, you make the crying sound, wah, wah, and then a larger person picks you up, puts the food sacks that they have attached to their chest into your mouth, and boom, you're eating. But the more I look around, the more I'm like, wait, is it just me doing this? Am I a weirdo?
Oh yeah, it's definitely just you. And yes, you are a weirdo. But like, you're weird in so many other ways that's almost like the least weird thing about you.
Really? What are other things that are weird about me?
I mean, for one, you puke all the time, nonstop. Like, I'll puke once in a while if I eat my own poo or whatever.
What's that now?
Oh, you know how, like, when you're in the backyard and you're a little hungry, but
Sit
mostly
down,
you're
Rock.
bored and you see an old pile of your own poo and you're like, why not? And so you eat it and then your stomach's like, ooh, I did not like that. And so you puke, you know, like the normal reason people puke.
I'm starting to get the feeling that you may be unreliable as a source for what's normal and what's weird, but do go on.
Oh, another weird thing about you is that you're like super small compared to other people.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that before, but I always assumed that I was a totally normal size and that they were all just giant freaks.
Nah, you tiny, bro.
Whoa, hold on. I just had the craziest thought.
You want to taste your own poo?
What? No.
What?
Yeah, no, that's not what I was thinking either.
Anyway, so I'm like not a big conspiracy person, but do you think it's possible that I will one day grow into being a giant freak like them?
Look, I'm not an expert or
Who gets
anything,
that?
but because right now you are the size that you are, I think I can say with absolute certainty that that's the size you're always going to be.
Oh, okay, that's a relief. Because
Hey,
honestly,
Keitha.
between you and I, being this size is a pretty great gig. Like, I don't have to do
Hey, DJ
anything.
Tank.
Like, right now, I'm feeling a little hungry, so I'm going to do the whole crying thing in a second. And, dude, within a minute, I'll have a warm food sack in my mouth. It's kind of the best.
Yeah, I'm also hungry, so I'm going to go out into the backyard.
Why are you going into the backyard if you're hungry?
No reason.
Right, and I'm the weird one. I guess we're both going to be puking in a few minutes. Whoa, am I starting to understand how time works? Welcome back to the Talking Baby Podcast.
Hey, you guys. Welcome in. Keto47, DJ Tank. Good to see you guys here tonight. Tonight is story time. So we typically start the show off with a couple videos before we get into story time. And then later we have Petty for a minute. Yeah, Rock. Yeah, I thought that was really cute too. Hey, Rampage. DJ Rampage. Welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Look, KJ, my quote is still working. I meant to tell you that the other day. My quote is still working. So that's your quote for today. I'm not hard to please, just impossible to forget. That's not what I said, Rock. I can't stand you, Rock. So here's our next video, since we are doing Erotic City, Las Vegas. So the next video, I'm just going to call this Couples Goals. Hey UNC, welcome in, love. Good to see you. I'm just going to call this Couples Goals. Hopefully it's sized right. Uh-oh. Y'all need sound.
Turn her inside out.
There you go.
When you've been boning the same special woman for as long as I have, you learn how to really turn her inside out with your rock-hard cock.
Since we've met,
Over.
we've thousands of times. But even today, there's nobody I'd rather have deep dicking me at night and dicking me again in the morning.
People ask how we've lasted so long, and I say it's all about accepting change. When Doris was younger, she liked to be thrown around like a rag doll. But these days, she doesn't care what I do as long as I give her pussy the drilling it needs.
On the other hand, he's still the same old Isaac. He loved coming on my tits 55 years ago, and he still does today.
Well, heck, if it ain't broke. My parents actually started fucking each other in 1927, and they continued banging in every conceivable position until my father died in 1977. I like to think that he taught me a little something about blowing my load in the same hole night after night.
We want people to know how important it is to find someone to fuck. I mean, really fuck the living shit out of. If you can do that for 55 years, I guess you're doing something right.
When you've been boning the same special woman for as long...
What? They just saying how they kept it real for all those years. So I just thought I would share that with you guys, because I don't think there's much spice in this chapter that we're reading. So I had to find something to give you guys. You know where she don't get her videos from me, Rock. You could check my feed. I got that off of your feed, KJ. I got that one off of yours, KJ. I was kind of stalking you. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, you guys. Erotic City, Las Vegas. We are in chapter 7. It's a Tuesday afternoon, 3:44 p.m. Chapter 7, which is entitled Whip Appeal. You'd be surprised what I have access to, KJ. You would be surprised at what I have access to these days. That was just an elderly couple giving you young folks some advice. That's all that was. They're just giving some grandparently advice. That's all that is. Because he's crazy over it, that's why. Alright, so chapter 7, Whip Appeal. And we're starting off with Big Booty Trudy. You guys remember who Big Booty Trudy is? No, you can't give me any encouragement, Rock. Unless you sending me my plate. Over it. I got my drink tonight, ma'am. I'm finishing off the bottle of bread. The bottle of red. I'm finishing off. You encourage me to give you them checks. KJ, what you did with the checks? Second in command. So, Whip Appeal. I ain't tripping off no sloppy trick, were Big Booty Trudy's words after hearing the automated sounds that sounded from her car's hands-free cellular system, which said, "This is a prepaid call from Miami CI Women's Facility from Kiki Weathers. Press 1 to accept." She pressed 1 on her way to the show's taping, riding in her $100,000 ebony 2013 Mercedes CLS AMG. The plates read BBT LV. That's why we watch 30 videos. It's no, KJ. I had the video a couple days ago, so no, sir. I try not to do that stuff last minute. So, yeah, no, I had that a couple days ago. Let's see. What are we seeing? I just said I had the video a couple days ago. Stay in your lane, KJ. What the heck are you talking about? Asked Kiki. So Kiki is Big Booty Trudy's mom. She got locked up in Miami. So just in case you guys were wondering. And that's kind of important because it's something that comes up later in their conversation. Yeah, so how good DJ Rock is in bed. He's in bed this early? He doing his old man thing? I wouldn't know anything about that, KJ. Million's ass. She drove barefoot with rainbow painted toes. She wore a tight red mini dress and her hair was curly, dyed a golden brown. Her pricey designer sunglasses were turquoise and black. What is it with you and your sister? You, her, and Tamiko just made up. Now what? Even in prison, Kiki talked like she was chatting it up face to face with a friend who lived just around the corner. She was 1 year into her sentence with four to go. She was found guilty of assault with a deadly weapon, assault against Big Booty Trudy. She went to jail for assaulting her daughter, y'all. She went to jail for assaulting her daughter. Oh, oh, over it, Rock. Is there something we need to know? Is there something we need to know? See, you must not know either, Key. You think you're the only one who can go off and act a stone fool? Well, I can too. Oh no, I know you can. But what happened? The show is always trying to cut out what I do that's real. I mean, this is reality TV. The other day I told Frenchie that not only did I get with Lavender, but that I'm Million's sister. I mean, they act like I'm lying. It's not like I'm making this stuff up. The director is talking about how Million doesn't want to be dragged into the show. She shouldn't be working on the show at all if she's too good for that. She knew what she was getting into when she signed that contract. Depends on how much Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking Kool-Aid. Welcome back, 662. Maybe you could get your boy Rock in line. Him and KJ. What happens in Vegas? I hear you, ma'am. You already moved, Rock. Wow. I guess, like you tell me, you say the show, that the show, like you tell me on, like you tell me you say on the show, she must have you confused with someone who cares, huh? Okay. Trudy stretched out her word. And honestly, in this case, I don't blame you. You're the star of that show, and not just by accident. You know how and when to turn up the heat, and we both know you're not worried about what people think of you. No, I'm not. Never have been. Never will be. Y'all, can't y'all just picture the face right there? He ain't your boy? Okay, my bad, 662. My bad. My bad, 662. Don't jump down my throat, sir. Hey, Wakalisha. Welcome in, love. Welcome in. Oh, Wakalisha. So, y'all, when she said, "No, I'm not. Never have been. Never will be," I could see her face. I could see that facial reaction. She has that. She has that look that Jazzy has. Never have been. Never will be. That's how Jazzy be looking. No. He has that attitude, and that's the attitude she got. When Jazzy get upset, you can see it. And that's the look that Big Booty Trudy got. She has that my youngster. No, she don't. No, she don't, because I'm sweet. I'm an angel. I'm not a monster. I'm a sweetheart. So what are they going to do? I don't know yet. When do you shoot again? Today. I'm on my way there now. Trudy signaled to make a left. Wow. I'm sorry about that, honey. You ain't seen crazy yet. I was an angel. You better act like you know. Oh no, don't be. I have something for them. Like I said, I will quit, and I do have options. They best believe that. Networks don't give a damn about taking a star away. It only takes one phone call. And I'm not thrilled about living in Vegas anyway. Hey, mixologists. Welcome in, love. Good to see you tonight. Welcome in. Ooh, Rock trying to get in trouble. I'm just going to sit back and eat my popcorn and sip my wine while he get himself in trouble. I'm just saying. Trudy looked around as she drove. It's not all that it's cracked up to be. It gets hot as hell out here. And I'd rather be in Florida where at least you get a breeze. I need to go on back again and see if I can find a big second home with a beach in my backyard. Maybe even move back to Miami. Y'all like my quote? I'm not hard to please, just impossible to forget. You can't forget me, Jazzy. You might try, but you never can. Y'all, Jazzy gonna cuss me out in a minute. I see it. He gonna say, stop calling my name. Kiki laughed. Good. I know Freckles would love that. He told me how much he enjoyed himself last time you were in town. I'm more than that. You have to have the whole thing, Rock. The whole thing, sir. Yeah, we had fun. I'm glad you hooked us up. Oh, I'm down for sharing my man with you. Boys will be boys, and I know that. Better to know who he's fucking than not know. And I'm just glad he's waiting for me. Most men would have been gone. So did y'all catch that? So Kiki set her man up to sleep with her daughter so that he don't creep with other women while she's in jail. Did y'all catch that? Yeah, KJ didn't catch that. He Yes, KJ. The mom set her daughter up to sleep with her boyfriend so her boyfriend doesn't go sleep with other women until she gets out of jail. They sharing men. Mama and daughter. How do y'all feel about that? I could never. Under no circumstances. I could never. Right, KJ? I agree with you. I totally agree. Yes, over it. Trudy sped up as she merged onto the freeway. I agree with you on that. There was a beep that sounded on the phone, signaling there was 1 minute left. Kiki said, "Listen, it's about time for me to wrap it up and go, but it was good talking to you, honey." "You too, Key." I love that nickname. "How about you get me the key to get the hell up out of here?" Trudy was now in the fast lane. "For real, you've only got a few months until you're eligible for parole. Soon enough." "Oh, you said you were going to the doctor to check out what it would take to get some plastic surgery on those scars, did you?" Ain't no worse than 662 sharing cheeseburgers from his pocket. Who is he Who is he sharing cheeseburgers with from his pocket? Who? What in the world? Rock? Rock. I can't with you. I did, but I decided to wait. Besides, it's kind of become a trademark. The shape of it and all. I've made the best of it. Turned a battle scar into body art. Temporarily. One day when things slow down, I might get some reconstruction done on it. But for now, that's the least of my worries. Trust me. Okay. You say so. So I'll talk to you. Keep your head up. Me? You keep your head up. Kiki said, "I will. I'm just glad we can still be friends. Glad you're cool with me. Still can't say enough about how sorry I am for all that happened." You're sitting that one out, Wakalisha? You don't want to sleep with mama and daughter, Wakalisha? I got something for you though, Wakalisha. So don't run away. I do have something for you. We should get to it. I know. You say it every time we talk. So stop. I was there in court trying to get the charges dropped. I've been good. Question is, are you okay? Need some money? "Oh, I can always use that." Trudy nodded. "Okay, I've got you. Thanks. Appreciate you. Goodbye, Key. Be well. You too." So Trudy hung up, managing to smile, and the phone rang right away. She pressed the talk button on the steering wheel. "What?" was her greeting after seeing the name of the caller. He sounded pensive. "Just wondering if you could stop by my place after the show tonight." Right, Wakalisha? I agree with you. I agree with you. What? I agree with you. "Sure I can, Frenchie." "You sure?" He sounded surprised. She let out a deep breath. "Let me tell you something. This is business, all of it. I don't know what the hell is really up with why you yelled out the name you did, but I have a feeling you're just as into mixing up the drama as I am. Problem is, producers keep trying to cut shit out. Screw them. But you and me, we're good. And keeping this sex going the way we do on or off camera, you know I'm down for that shit. Hell yes, I'll come by." "Damn. Well then, I'll be there. Later." Later, he hung up. She quickly tapped the audio recorder icon on her phone to send a text message. "Hey, Brick. Can't see you tonight. How about tomorrow?" she sent. A reply came right back with the muscular bouncer at Erotic City, Las Vegas. "You got it, beautiful. Your place or mine?" "Mine." "Deal." Along the stairwell, you bent over with your hands along the fourth step? "Of course." Enjoy your day. You too, Brick House. Oh no, that's your name, sexy. Bye. That girl is poison. She really is. When all else failed, Trudy was able to line up the dick to chase away the blues. And between Frenchie's skills and Brick's attributes, her blues would be chased into a new galaxy far, far away. So that's the end of chapter 7 on Tuesday. Never trust a big butt and a Kool-Aid smile. Well, I'm glad I don't have neither. She knows just what she wants. She does. She really does. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right on into chapter 8. If she grinning, she spinning. Like you over it. You know exactly what you want, man. Guard your wallet. He said he fixing you some Kool-Aid. And over it gonna serve it. With a big smile. Shaking her booty. KJ trying to pimp. If it's red. Well, I wasn't going to say that over it. I wasn't going to say that. You know, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to let you say it. I know why. Why? Why, KJ? What's wrong with you? Stop being so paranoid. The Army, the Air Force that made you paranoid, KJ? I don't know what you're talking about. Wakalisha, you got to ask him because I don't know. So we're jumping into chapter 8, and this is taking place on Friday. So we go from Tuesday to Friday. And it's 12:30 in the morning. I'm not playing crazy. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. And my eyes ain't popping. Let me not say that too loud. Epic will pop in here and be like, oh, they popping. How my eyes look. Tell me how my eyes look. No, they was not popping. They was not popping. So chapter 8 is titled, I Can Go Deep. You're looking how to block rock. Oh, that's really easy. You should just see the circle with the X across it. Just block him or tap on his name. Hit block. Don't believe that over it. All right, so chapter 8, Friday, 12:37 a.m. in the a.m. I can go deep. So, I don't have a deep voice like Epic. I don't have a DJ voice like KJ. I don't have that sexy voice like Rock and Wakalisha. Just hit the trash can icon. You want the new Wakalisha tonight over it? So, but yeah, the title of this one is I Can Go Deep. Deep. So if Epic is listening. It's the actual, and see, there he is. It's the actual meaning of deep.
Lord have mercy.
So 2 days later, Lavender was at work at the Miami club. Million had traveled back to Las Vegas a day early for a special meeting with the producers and also to run the club because the Vegas location's manager, Cherry Berry, had to attend the funeral out of town. And welcome in, Epic. Good to see you. I don't have nothing going deep, but that's the title of the chapter. I can go deep. I don't have the voice for it. I need to record Epic saying it. I can go deep. Epic, can you record that for me? So I can use that soundbite? I can go deep. What changes over it? Over it. You supposed to be my girl. But I'm going to have to set you to the side over it. I'm going to have to put you to the side. You're supposed to be my ace. But I'm going to have to put you to the side over it. Lavender has spent a few days being around Million, but she was distant. He tried to invite her out to dinner, to spend an evening at a local hotel, and to have a few intimate moments at home. But Million made it clear that the stress from the show was all that was on her mind, and that she had a phone call with the producers but needed to meet in person. She told him that the direction in which the show was headed was one that she didn't approve of. I don't believe you over it. KJ, stop telling these folks them lies. Nah, I ain't pulling her to the side like panties. I'm putting her in the corner like Misbehave with the little corner, with the little cone on her head for misbehaving. I don't bite because I'm not a cougar. Once she cut her ties with the show, the rent on their Vegas club would be their responsibility. Lavender felt it was worth it if things were getting messy. Million didn't agree. She never went into detail, but he knew in his heart that she was leaving something out. As Lavender left the club's front lobby, he headed down the hall near the private rooms. Magnolia Weathers, who'd been at the club a few times before, walked up behind him. "How's it going?" she asked, wearing nothing but a man's dress shirt and black stilettos. "Fine." He turned back for a second and kept walking, looking forward. She was a few steps behind him. "I haven't seen you in a while, since court." "True." He stopped and turned around. She stopped. He said, looking down at her sturdy legs, "You and your husband haven't come in for a while. At least, not that I know of." A man and woman walked by. The man said, "Excuse us," as they squeezed between Lavender and Magnolia. "Yeah, okay, KJ." Lavender said, "Sure," smiling at them as they proceeded down the hall. Magnolia said, "No, we haven't. I now see that Trudy's a big-time celebrity." He crossed his arms. "She is." She crossed her arms. She survived all of that. That's good. She did. Just glad he and I left the room before that woman came and did what she did. Hey, I'm sure you are. What is you deleting, 662? What is you deleting? Oh, you made pork chops and pinto beans? Pork chops? Fried pork chops? Baked pork chops? Crock pot pork chops? What kind of pork chops? You want to squeeze between them two, Wakalisha? You know, to be honest with you, my husband and I split. He was always so private and much too embarrassed by all of that. It took its toll on us for sure. He filed for divorce, so I'm single. She gave a grin and nodded. Lavender put his hands in his pockets. Sorry to hear that. About the divorce, I mean. Don't be. Before marrying him in 2009, I've been single for a long time. It's something that I'm used to. Ah, baked. Nice, nice. You need those wings. Some baked pork chops. 662. 662. 662. DJ too much. Why are you misbehaving in here? Why is you misbehaving, 662? You acting like your twin. Got it. He took one hand from his pocket and put it on his chin. From what I remember, you weren't in the lifestyle before you met him, right? No, I wasn't. I met him here that night I met you for the first time, remember? I do. So I see you decided to continue swinging, that is. I've grown to enjoy it. And honestly, it's way more fun being single and swinging than married and swinging. Less drama. She took a step closer, putting one hand on his bicep. He flexed it. I understand. Over it. Go ahead and do the disclaimer, ma'am. We're going to need that disclaimer coming up. Hey, Bashy
The
Katie.
following program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome in, Bashy Katie. Good to see you here. We are in the midst of story time. Erotic City, Las Vegas. Swing, swing. You about to see some stuff that you're gonna be like, what? And KJ is back, I see. She moved her hand and said, looking at his arm. She shook her head and asked, and you? You and your wife still don't play? No, we're good. Her eyes went from his chest, then his face. Shame. She looked down the hall and took a step. I'm about to head over to the room down there to play, you know. She pointed with her eyes. I'll make sure to leave the door open. I mean, I know you're working and all, but surely you'll manage a moment to come by and keep an eye on things. Maybe. I hope so. See you around, Lavender. She stepped past him. Magnolia. He nodded as she walked away. She barely got to the door of the voyeur room when Lavender took a step in the same direction. He stopped for a minute, looked back toward the lobby, and turned back to head to the front desk again to check on things. 5 minutes later, he was standing at the door of the voyeur room, ready to keep an eye on things. Look, ready to keep an eye on things. What is you about, Epic? Use your words, sir. Because I know you have plenty of words in that vocabulary that you want to use right now. Use your words. Two women stood at the door as well. One was a regular named Ivory, a dead ringer for Ice-T's wife Coco, and one of the dancers who worked there named Cara Mel stood watching as well. Cara asked Lavender as he stood next to her, "Do you mind? I just have to see this man go to work." Her voice was girly, her face was young, her body was mature. She was dark and short with dark short hair. "Who is he?" Lavender asked. Epic Endless is always moaning. He really is. Now that is a moan that we could have for our redemption. Epic. You know, we could use Epic's moan. If Epic sends me that sound bite, we could have a male and a female moan. He really does over it all through his stream. Coco got she might Epic. Who is he? Lavender asked. His name is Shaft. He's known for being able to suck himself. I just have to watch. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard what I said. Y'all heard what I said, right? He's known for being able to suck himself. Can't any of you guys do that? Oh.
Lord have mercy.
Over it. KJ makes you moan too? Yeah, I do like to watch you moan, Epic. I do like to watch you moan. I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, because it's about to get hot and spicy. Disclaimer one more time over at RKJ. One more time. One more time, you guys. What's in my drink? I have red wine.
The following program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
I have red wine. I'm finishing up a bottle of red, so I will only have white. You might learn something. I'm trying to learn you something, Jazzy. No, it didn't get me loose. I'm just reading from the book. Lavender darted his head back, but only said, "It's cool." He looked over at the bed inside the room, and already Magnolia had risen up her shirt, exposing her clean-shaven vagina, and she was on her back with the dark man's face licking her from west to east. From west to east. She pushed him away with an anxious look on her face, demanding, "Turn over. Turn over." She is about to take control. According to this, yes, Epic. According to this, yes. KJ, why? Why wouldn't he want to turn over? She is taking control of things. Once he turned onto his back, she made a beeline for his dick, mounting his legs and using her hand to guide him into her mouth. She tried her best to get it halfway, regrouped, then tried again. She shook her head, scooted over, pointed at him, saying,
Lord have mercy.
"Word is, you can do you. Let me see." Her eyes begged him. Hey, Charmaine. Welcome in, sugar. Welcome in. She said, "Word is, I heard you can do you. You can do you." Shaft, skinny and short and extremely flexible, immediately obliged, grabbing himself with his right hand and leaning forward to bring his dark, hard penis to his full lips. Again, how many of you guys could do that? You could moan together over a plate of oxtails. Oh, ooh-wee. Yeah, she need ID 662. He asked, you sure you can handle seeing this?" His chiseled face was clean shaven and his groin was manscaped. "I can if you can." He then kissed his own tip and began to suck, stroking his shaft with one hand, then two hands, going deeper and deeper towards the base, then back up. He licked himself and sucked himself. He even spit on it, easing his hands along his length. What do you mean? I showed you all I knew. I mean, what am I supposed to tell you? What am I supposed to tell you? I don't know no more than that. I'm just saying. Magnolia moved to point blank range to get an up close and personal look. Yes, Rock. Yes, Rock. Hey, Kilo. Welcome in, Kilo. Kilo. Welcome in. No, there is no kids' corner tonight in the chat. You have to wait till next Thursday. But there's no kids' corner tonight. He began rubbing his own vagina. She began rubbing her own vagina, inserting her fingers deep and circling them inside in a small circular motion. He paused, his self-service head. She removed her hand and brought it to his mouth, tracing the bottom of his lip with her juices. He sniffed and licked his lip, tasting her. His hand motion sped up. He said deeply, "That's some sexy shit right there." She replied by positioning herself to rub his balls.
Lord have mercy.
Who said that? Was that Kate? Oh, over it. That was over it this time. He groaned as he raised his head to fully look down at the sight of the woman at his scrotum. She used her left hand to rub his bald skin, her right hand to finger herself, and he watched her watch him. Yeah, no touching. That's what Epic says, no touching. Even though he be trying to touch. Whatever, you guys. I warned you guys. He resumed his sucking, going up and down, faster and faster, from the base to the corona under the tip, rubbing the tissue along the underside. He took himself all the way into his own mouth with ease, fully stretching out his lips to handle his circumference. That's a trip. That looked hot as hell. Magnolia rubbed her clit in the same motion that she rubbed his testicles. What's wrong, over it? It's too much for you? It's just too much for you, over it? You need a dance break, over it? She looked over at the many faces.
You're so fly and I'm go. If it feel good, if it feel good, get up and dance. Get up. Here we go. If it feel good,
y'all get your dance break on.
Baby girl, if you with it, gon' bring it to me. Baby girl, if you with it, gon' bring it to me. Baby girl, if you with it, gon' bring it to me. I keep it all original because I'm so west.
Who's that guy, you guys? Who is that guy? Who's that guy for that dance break? Who is him? Who is him? Alright, she looked over at the many faces at the door. Some of the women's chins had hit the floor. One man's eyes were big as pool balls. She looked at Lavender. He turned away and scratched the back of his head. When she looked back, she moved down and better positioned herself to really get to work. She began sucking the skin off Shaft's ball, spitting and licking and lowering her face down further towards the base, seeming to be tonguing his anus. She squinted her eyes and pointed her tongue as far as she could. Shaft said loudly, "That's it. Right there."
Say what?
Y'all. I can't with y'all. Magnolia was now on all fours, licking him down and sucking his base while he stroked himself in a constant motion, his dick in his mouth moaning louder and louder, and then he gripped himself tightly and stopped. His eyes got big and he looked down at her. She looked up at him and he swallowed. His cheeks were full. You could see the motion of his throat as he gulped his own juices. She froze, saying, "Damn, I was cheated." He released his penis from his mouth grip and smiled. He was still hard. "Round two?" he asked, managing a grin. "Hell yeah," she said as she nodded. A loud female voice could be heard from down the hall. Then Lavender's two-way sounded. He pressed the button and spoke, turning his back to the crowd. "What's up?" Thurman said, "Couple in blueberry couple in Blueberry Room 5 arguing because she said he spent too much time getting ready, time he never spends on her. Another couple who, as a rule, apparently only has oral, is tripping because the husband just stuck it to a girl in the orgy room. That's the voice you hear. His woman is ready to fight. Yeah, the Bible was pawned 662. You get the first couple, I'll get the screamer. Done? Asked Cara. Lavender ended the call, took one last glance at Magnolia, smiled, saying in a whisper, "That girl's got some skills." He then said to Cara, "You need to get back to work." "Yes, sir." She stepped away. As Lavender walked away too, the woman named Ivory popped him on the ass. His instinct was to always wonder if Million noticed, as she usually checked things out from the office window. Normally, he would give a look of warning to anyone who got fresh. But this time, being that Million was in Vegas, he looked back at Ivory and said, "You don't love me. You just love my doggy style." Her reply was, "Really, Epic?" Her reply was, "That I do." He said, heading for the stairwell again. "Closing?" She said, keeping up with him, "Does Charlie Sheen have love hookers? I guess that means I'll see you later." "You will." She then went in a different direction toward the cherry rooms. He quickly proceeded up the stairs, doing his job, living his life in spite of a distant wife who had cut him off. Different. So that's the end of chapter 8, you guys. You guys survived. So next week when I return, we will be on chapter 9. And we will be doing Meeting in My Bedroom, chapter 9, next week. You're not supposed to use that tonight, KJ. See? That's why I got to turn stuff off. Thank you, Jazzy. I appreciate you staying up a few minutes past your bedtime. So there you guys have it. Story time in a nutshell, literally. So now it's time for Petty for a minute. I did tell you, that's for Petty TED Talk. So, what, Epic?
Nope.
Thank you, Rock. Thank you for those bits, Rock. So we're going to be petty for a minute, you guys. This is a weekly edition, a weekly segment. Every Tuesday night, we be petty for a minute. Thank you, Wakalisha, for those bits, sir. So, here's your intro. Thank you for starting that hype train as well. Phew, some of y'all really mistook survival skills for star quality. Listen, it's okay to heal, but don't package your dysfunction and call it a brand. You're not quirky. Love, you're just unprocessed. You're just unprocessed. I think you have to do it by itself over it. So that is what we're talking about, you guys. So that's not your personality. That's just trauma with lip gloss.
It's looking spicy.
All right, over it. I got you. Thank you, ma'am. So that's not your personality. That's just trauma with lip gloss. I'm just brutally honest. Nah, honey.
Drink some water.
You're just rude and blame it on zodiac signs. See, that's my thing. Don't blame it on your zodiac sign when we know you just being rude. I got my bougie water, KJ. My bougie water. Hydrate complete. So, so you claim it on you being brutally honest and it's your zodiac sign and y'all just honest. No, baby. You just rude. Oh, we got a raid, you guys. Lauren Proper, thank you for that raid. Welcome in. 713, welcome in, love. Good to see you. 713. I saw some of your painting today. Tamra Elaine, welcome in. Good to see you. Lauren Proper, welcome in. Thank you for that raid, huh?
We can get petty. Tell me if you're ready. I was playing nice. We can change the setting. We can get petty. We can get petty. Yeah.
Welcome to Pettyville. We are actually being petty for a minute, and then we have a spicy poetry redemption to complete. Michael Jackson, blame it on the bougie. But if that's what you want to do, welcome in, you guys. So glad to have you here. Thank you so much, Lauren Proper. Thank you so much. So then we have I don't trust anybody. Therapy. You don't need therapy. No, you need therapy, not a bigger platform. So you always be talking about you don't trust nobody. Honey, you need therapy. You don't need a bigger platform or more platforms. You know, you just need to go to therapy, talk to somebody, figure it out. But baby, don't nobody got time for that. You don't trust nobody. Don't nobody got time for all that. Being hard to love is not a flex. It's a flag. Y'all better say that. Amen. You know, you're not supposed to be hard to love. You know, you might have some ways that, you know, you can't let go of, but you shouldn't be hard to love. That's a flag. It is definitely not a flex, right, Kilo? It's not a flex. It's definitely not a flex. Epic. If it's hard in that way, then yes. But not in this way, Epic. If it's hard in the way that we was just reading about, then yes. I am not hard to love, KJ. Epic, don't get it misconstrued. Exactly, Kilo. Exactly, Kilo. That's what's up. That's not a boundary. That's a wall. That's a wall with barbed wire. You can have boundaries, and it's good to have boundaries. You know, but when you set yourself up to think you being all hard and, you know, you trying to flex, you putting barbed wire around that. But then you guys, this is what's going to happen. Y'all going to pray for God to send you this man. But you done set up barbed wires. That man can't get over no barbed wire to come to you. Y'all better act like y'all know. I'm just saying, y'all doing too much. Okay, over it. I have a poem redemption for a spicy poem. It's not explicit, but it's still spicy-ish. So, let me make sure I get the right one. No, not that one. Okay. Are you guys ready? Why was she rayed out when she did the redemption 662? Okay. He said, don't stop. So that's the title. Don't stop. Get it, get it. Don't stop. Get it, get it. I think that's how the song goes. Look, KJ gonna send me a clip in a minute. But I think that's how the song goes. Don't stop. He said, don't stop. So here you guys go. Are you guys ready? I'm not twerking. I'm about to read a poem, KJ. Pipe down. Pipe down, KJ. Alright, he said, don't stop. And I said, bet. I didn't stutter, didn't pause, didn't come to play. I came to collect. Hey, Siren. Hey, King Mess. Welcome in. We're doing a poetry redemption. We're doing a spicy poetry redemption. So, yeah, here we go. I'll start over. He said, don't stop. I said, bet. I didn't stutter, didn't pause, didn't come to play. I came to collect. Soul gone. Pride evicted. Ego missing. Last scene clinging to my thigh like a lyric he couldn't finish. I didn't stop when the room got blurry. Didn't stop when his jaw got twitchy. Didn't stop when he whispered, oh Lord, like I was delivering him from generational curses. He said, don't stop. And I said, sir, I was born without brakes. My hips got degrees, my thighs wrote scriptures, my name is stamped on his memory like overdue rent. You think I came here to cuddle, to sigh, to spoon? Nah, baby. I came to run resumes, to wreck routines, to turn I'm not the jealous type into who the hell is Carmen from accounting and why does she like your photo? I turned him into a puddle with 2 fingers and a petty grin. Had him second guessing every X and Googling soul retrieval spell with sage. Sorry. Don't stop, he begged. Face down, pride leaking. I said, boy, this ain't Netflix. You don't get to binge this goddess and skip the emotional damage. He wanted the storm, but got the flood. He wanted dessert, but I served the whole feast on a tray shaped like his last chance. I had him repenting, sweating, singing to the ceiling like it was his grandma's altar, tongue-tied, back bent, whimpering out, "Yes, ma'am," like I handed him a syllabus and told him, "Midterms start now." Sunrise came crawling in, tired, late, looking messy, knocked on the window like, "Girl, you still going?" I said. He said don't stop. Blame him. Left him twitching, soul on spin cycle, manhood in recovery mode, and me, gloss untouched, edges unbothered, and walking away like the final scene in a movie where the villainess wins and still gets the bag. He said, don't stop. And baby, I didn't. Not till the sunrise bowed and whispered, "She really did that." Poem. There you go. New poem, fresh off the books. None of your business, 662. None of your business. All gone over it. Thank you for that follow, Tamara. You alright, King Mess? Uh-oh. Got me dropping my pens. You alright, King Mess? You alright there? You heard that, Laura Popper? Oh. Yeah. Alright, you guys. I will follow you back as soon as we raid out Tamara. Over it. When you're ready, you could set us up. So, like I said, I would not be here Thursday. There would be no show Thursday, no show on Monday. I'm already feeling away in that poem, Lord. Hey, you missed the good stuff, King Mess. You missed the story. You really would have been feeling some kind of way. Tamara? Thank you, Lauren Proper. Yeah, you missed the story. So I will be back next Tuesday. And we will be continuing our story time, Erotic City, Las Vegas. Thank you, Kilo. So then we will wrap up the month with our Petty TED Talk, which I am really excited about. Make sure you guys copy that raid message and show DJ I Am One some love when we get over there. And then we have our travel edition of Trivia Night. Story time. Red Flag Rodeo. TikTok Night. Story time. Throwback Movie Night, 80 to 83. I'm watching the countdown over it. Thank you guys. Relationship, and we'll be doing the date edition. Travel to the coldest places in June. And our restaurant themed edition. Petty TED Talk. Thank you for those bits, 662. And then we will wrap up June with movies for the second half of the year. So, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Bye.